Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69 and we are back yet with another video on the T34 Independence and another video, another tank that is in the Black Friday sales. So pretty much all this week we are doing the Black Friday tanks, letting you guys know if they're worth buying, how good the tanks are, and just in general what the tank is like. So next up we have got the T34 Independence. Now it is exactly the same tank as the T34, just with a fancy camo. It's got all the same stats, but it is marked down as a different tank. So you can actually own this tank and you can actually own the T34 like I do myself. So I own both tanks and they are very, very nice tanks. Now out of all the tanks in the tier 8 tanks in the tech tree, this one, well not this one, but the T34 is probably the strongest. It's an all-round great tank, and if you haven't got the tech tree T34, then you have to get this tank. You have to. It's just on sale, 5,250 gold, I believe, or is it 5,500? I'm not sure, but around 5,000, just over 5,000 gold, you can get this tank, and that is dirt cheap. It's usually around 7,800, 7,600 for the normal T34, so you can get it for a massive discount. And as I've said, nearly everything about this tank is fantastic. 10 degrees of gun depression. It's got 248 millimeters of penetration, which is pretty much the best in tier 8 heavies. You've got the M6 EXP, which is pretty much the same gun as this, so that's got the same pen. So the penetration is amazing. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression, so you can use that gun depression with that massive penetration, and it's got almost 280 millimeters of armor on the turret. Now the hull is not, it's not got great armor on the hull, and you're not going to bounce many at all. And I mean, tier 7 will penetrate you all day long on your hull, so you have to go hull down. You have to find these positions where you hold down. Side scraping in this tank is not the greatest because the side armor is pretty weak. The rear, it's an American tank, so the rear you're going to get HE'd. Even the side you're going to get HE'd. Now my good friend Jojo, he is playing this battle. He's got 2 kills, but he now finds himself in a 1 versus 3. And we have 4 battles for you today, and all 4 battles show just how strong this tank is. And it really is strong. Put into the right position, you can dominate games, dominate battles. Just like he's trying to do here. He's trying to hide his hull. He's trying to use just his turret, which, as I've said, is 279, I think. Now that's just very bouncy. It's got a little hatch on top which is easily pennable. That's if they can get the shot on. Now he does take the shot from the RHM, but he does kill him for his 3rd kill. Now it just leaves him the KV4 and the Tiger 2. And he's not in the greatest position now because they can shoot his hull and they're still bouncing. And I mean, it's got to take a lot to bounce the hull of this tank, and they are doing it. And he's done the right thing. He's pulling away. He's making sure both tanks are in front of him. He's not letting one tank get behind him and then the other tank in front. But now he has no choice. The Tiger 2 is a one-shot. The KV4, I don't know what the KV4 is actually doing. So he clears the Tiger 2, and you can see I don't know if the KV4 stuck against that tank or not, but that was a game changer, and I really don't know what he's doing. And now he can get into a great position. He can get a shot off. The hole's quite big in this, so sometimes you think you are hull down, but because the hole is so big, they can still penetrate you quite easily. So you need a perfect position. Positions like this, you need a bit more than 10 degrees of gun depression. So you have to poke up a little bit more, and as you poke up, you are showing your hole. So you do need to be careful, and he knows that. He can take a shot from the KV4, but he doesn't want to risk it. And then in the end, he's just like, you know what, screw this, I'm just going to go. And he did the right thing. The KV4, just over 300 damage, but he can load the APCR, and he's going to penetrate that all day long. So he bounced 1100 damage, 4,600 damage. He gets the Ace Kolobanov Steel Ball, 129,000 credits. He gets 5 kills and 1,410 base XP. He had nearly 1,000 assistant damage as well. So a very, very good ace. Now next up we have Franco, and it is mines. This is a pretty good map for this tank, because you have got the hill, you've got the rock up the hill as well, which you can use as protection. And he's going to go up this hill, and you can see the red team are already there. You got the T49, who stupidly tries to push. He's going to load the HE, and he's going to wait, and he gets a lovely 500 damage shot into him. Now, the enemy has also got a T34, and you're going to see how strong the T34 can be in this position. So you can aim, he's going to poke forward. Again, you do have to be careful because your hole is quite big. And a tank with gun depression can easily penetrate that hole. They can easily poke up and penetrate the hole. Now I'm hoping he aims in at that T34 just to show you what the armor is actually like when you're looking at the T34 with a very strong gun with 248 pen. So Tiger 1 there, he's going to aim and he's going to get a nice shot into the Tiger 1. He's now a one shot. There's the couple of reds pushing around by Cap. 2 tanks down for the red team now, and you can see, just look at that, you can easily penetrate that hole because it is so big. So you need to protect that hole at all costs. Now that they are 3 tanks down, so a lot of work to do, and I don't know what this Tiger's just gone and done. He's just YOLO'd for no reason, but it's good because he's also taking the attention. So it is now 3 against 6, so a lot of work to do. You got the Louver there, he bounces the Louver. The Louver's very, very troll nowadays. Very troll, and you're going to see that a bit later on in another battle. So it's still 3 versus 6. He now knows, Franco knows, there is a couple of tanks that are coming around the corner. So 2 tanks are spotted on the hill. T49 pops up, and he's going to take him out without taking any damage at all. And the T34 on the enemy team is now dead. So the Tigers are actually taking him out. So AT-15, one of the slowest tanks in Tier 8, has decided to flank around. Not the greatest decision he has ever made. AT-15 flanking around the map, it's just funny. And then he totally ignores Franco. I really don't know what happened. But the Tiger takes him out, so it is now 3 against 3. So they've done a really good job at bringing this back. 3 against 6. It's now 3 against 3, but the Tiger 2 is now a one shot. But he does get a shot into the Louver. There is an IS around here. Franco's going to get a nice shot into that Louver, and he's going to back up. There is another tank, the light tank. What is the Bulldog? The Bulldog is getting shots in on the IS, but he is pretty low hit points as well. So there's still a lot of work to do. So the Rudy has just been spotted up the hill. Franco's going to aim at him, but the IS takes out the Bulldog. 2 against 3. The Tiger, as I've said, is very low hit points, and he's going to be taken out very, very soon also. So he's going to wait. He's going to see if he can get shots off on the Rudy. But the Rudy is now unspotted, and he's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing to aim at. He's just going to wait here. There's no point pushing, because if he pushes around, he's going to be in front of three tanks, because you've got the IS, you've got the Rudy, and you've got the Louver. So the Rudy has been spotted, but he's hiding behind the hill, behind the rock. So again, there is not much you can do. The Tiger's pretty much a one shot. There we go. The Tiger is now gone, so it now leaves him versus 3 tanks. The IS is going to flank round. He needs to turn, because as I said, the armor isn't great, and he manages to get that bounce. Now he's going to back up. He's going to try and use this tank as protection. He's going to reload before the IS, and he's going to take him out. Now he does kind of get stuck here, which means he can't reverse, and it means he's taken a shot, and he's going to decide to take out the Rudy instead of going for the Louver, which is the right decision, because that's one less gun. However, now the Louver's got a quicker reload. It has got a nice gun, and he takes Franco down to 367. That is a high roll, but he gets a lovely shot into the Louver. Now the Louver is only on 70 HP. So if the Louver high rolls, he can win it. He's pushing forward. He is reloaded, but he low rolls, and Franco gets the win. Lovely Kolobanov. He gets 4 kills, 4.5k damage, 94,000 credits, 1314 XP. So this tank is, and the Louver, bearing in mind, got a shout out to him. He done a very, very good job as well. So next up we have Rope. Now this map, it's kind of odd to see everyone go to the left, considering there is 2 light tanks and a medium, and it is supremacy, whereas the enemy team have got 1 light and 1 medium. But no one moans, no one says anything. Here comes the Bulldog running into the cap, and everyone comes this way. Literally everyone on the minimap at the minute, you can see the whole team is coming towards A. The enemy are capping C, so you know they're light tank, which again, I'm quite, because if I was on the enemy team and I see 2 light tanks and a medium, and we've only got 1 light tank and a medium, I wouldn't be capping C. I'd be maybe sat back, or I would actually be at A. Now the IS-3 has received a few shots into him, and he's going to die very, very quickly. The Bulldog, however, he's just been almost deleted, 50 HP. The AMX CDC, he has also taken a beating. Rope manages to take out the IS-3. And you're going to see what I mean. Now, he's got a Tiger P in front of him. And what I mean about this hole, he is behind a ridge. Now, he gets a nice bounce there, but he's not going to bounce anymore, I don't think, from this Tiger P. Because the Tiger P can see his hole. He's not hole down. To be hole down, he needs to move over a bit and come from another direction, because this ridge is just not big enough, and you're not going to bounce anything. The Tiger P hasn't got the greatest penetration, but at this angle, you are not going to bounce anything from that Tiger P. However, there is also a T32 there, so the Tiger P's gone, and now he's in a position he can start bouncing. The ridge is a bit higher in this position against the T32, and here is when he can start bouncing. He does have to push forward to get the shot in, but as soon as he has the shot in, he can back up. So the team have been dying. It's 3 against 5. The enemy are winning on cap points. Both teams have got a cap each, and the T32 is now gone. There is a J Panther 2 there. They need to take him out. He is a one shot, and he's pretty much behind the team, and the rest of the Reds sort of the other way. So they need to take him out so the Reds remain in one direction, and that is what they do. So they've now brought it down to a 3 against 2. But both of these tanks, the Super Persian and the SU-152, are both full hit points. But again, that position here, this would have been a great position if the SU was looking at him, because the ridge is big enough and he's got enough gun depression to poke around. However, the SU-152 doesn't want to know him. Is he going to get a shot just behind? Yes, he puts him down to one shot. So the SU can't really do much now. He's just pretty much damaged himself, and it leaves him on low hit points. And he gets the side of the Super Persian, puts him on fire, and then the IS-3 is going to take him out. So just leaving now this SU. So he's just going to poke round. The SU, I think, is just given up, and he's going to take the kill. So very, very good battle. 3 kills, 4.7k damage. He gets the ace, and he makes a lot of credits. 120,000 credits. Very good job indeed. Now we're going to move on to the last battle, and this is driven by your one and only me. So I actually asked for some replays. So I had the video ready pretty much, but I didn't have any ace battles. So I put it on my YouTube on my community tab just to ask if anyone had any ace replays that I can replace the replays I already had for better ones. And those were the 3 I've just shown you. And then I go and play the tank and I have this battle. Now I am platooning with a good friend of mine, Andy, who is in my clan, Everton, and when we tune quite a bit, and when we tune, we are on voice. So I pretty much tell him what to do. I always tell him what to do. We actually lost the battle earlier, or yesterday, by the time this video is released. We actually lost the battle because it was us 2 versus, I think, 3 other tanks, and I had 3 kills. So I could have had 6 kills. So I said to him, it's an easy win. All 3 tanks were like 1 shots. And I asked him if I could have the kills. But because he wasn't killing, he slowly died. And then I end up dying before he did, which meant we lost the battle. But I'm now telling him I'm going to push these mediums because they are actually really funny. They get spotted and they just don't move. And there's a tier 9. There's 2 tier 9s in this game. And this T34 just completely ruined it for their team. I don't know what they was doing. They just come around here and they stayed there and they didn't move. And just before Andy just got wrecked by the RHM, I actually said to him in voice, save your hit points, back up. And as soon as I said that, he loses half of his hit points in 1 shot. T34 there is starting to push him. So we're going to back up. And now I'm saying to him, just stay there. Let them push. We've got a few tanks behind here. So if they push you, they are going to get destroyed. And we can see we are waiting for that to happen. He's sitting down. I'm telling him to just sit back. Don't push. You don't need to push yet. It is 5 against 5, so we don't want him to lose any more hit points. As soon as he gets shot once, he is then a 1 shot. Or he could be a high roll to the RHM, who is just around that corner. So we're going to poke forward. We're going to try and get a shot into the T34. And again, we get a shot and we can clear him. Now we take some unnecessary damage. We take a shot from the VK. We're backing up and there is an IS-3 in that corner. He disappears and we take a blind shot. In fact, that blind shot actually penetrated him and actually done some damage. However, we did take a shot in return. So we've just been shot twice. We've lost half of our hit points for no reason. We didn't need to. But my mistake, it was my mistake. And I need to pay for that mistake. And I need to learn from it. And now we have the IS-3 again. We miss him. It is 5 against 4. So we are still up. But we do need to be careful of a few of the tanks that are in town. They still have the tier 9 VK. They still have the RHM. There is a couple of us that are low. Well, Andy's quite low hit points. So we're just going to sit back and we're going to wait for them to push. Or we're going to wait for them to make mistakes. So we're going to get some blind shots into that corner where I last see the IS-3. And then we're going to back up. We are spotted and then we notice the VK pushing our Borzik. So luckily he does take out the Borzik, but it allows me to get a shot into the side of him. And then we're going to back up behind the rock. We don't want to get another shot from him. And in that meantime, he is getting shot and he is actually going to be cleared. So at the moment it is 4 against 4. one of our tanks are capping. The Louver on our team can take out the VK. So it now just leaves 4 against 3. So this is where we're going to push. The IS-3 has just started pushing. He's going to go towards cap because we are capping. The RHM on the enemy team has taken out our Louver. IS-3 is not looking, which means we can get a nice shot into him, putting him down to a 1 shot. And here I make another mistake. I start pushing the IS-3, but I'm not yet reloaded. Literally milliseconds. And we do take a shot, but we do clear him. But now there is a Louver that is very healthy in hit points. And look at our Louver, T34 retard. I don't know what his problem is. And he's going to eat his own words. So we do get a shot into the Louver. And we're going to poke up. We can take a shot from the Louver. However, he has got better reload. And I'm not sure what he's actually doing here. We get a shot into him, but he does shoot us around about the same time. And as I've said, his reload is a lot better than mine. So we need a bounce. And we're going to angle. We don't want to show him our hole. And we get the bounce, which means he's going to poke forward. And we're going to take him out for our 4th kill. And Andy is going to take out the RHM. So very good battle. 4,800 damage we got. We got the high caliber. We make tons and tons of credits. 1,381 XP. So that, guys, is the T34 Independence. Such a great tank, and I think it is a must-have tank. If you don't want to get it yet, as I've said, you can always get the T34 in the tech tree. But as it's cheap, I would definitely recommend getting this tank. But for now, I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.